Hey y'all, it's Tiffany, founder, creator of Tiffany Denise Fitness, a lover of all things balance. And after losing over 90 pounds naturally, I am super passionate about helping others with busy lifestyles to lose weight and feel great. I hope you all are having a sensational Saturday, everybody. I am getting ready to head out and enjoy my day, but I wanted to jump on here really quickly and share with you something that is on my heart. I have been getting a lot of messages from people that are reaching out to me and they want help losing weight, and I'm super excited about that. I love helping others to lose weight and feel great. However, I have noticed a pattern of people that want to lose weight instantly, in that they have very unrealistic expectations as far as how long it will take to reach certain benchmarks, this, that, and the other. And so the mindset is just not where it needs to be. And I definitely understand that and relate. You don't, become 90 pounds or 100 pounds or 50 pounds or 30 pounds overweight without having some sort of mental blockage upstairs. And so that got me thinking about that in general. And so what I want to discuss today, this afternoon, is why it is important not to try to skip your middle chapter. We cannot skip our middle chapter, y'all. Okay? And I feel that that's what's going on when people reach out to me and they're wanting to lose weight. They're wanting to lose it instantly. And it's not going to work like that. Same thing with folks in business. They want to make money instantly. And I mean, while you can make some money fairly quickly, you're more than likely not going to become a millionaire overnight. Goodness gracious. I've really got to go get my storage situation on my phone taken care of. Anyway, and so today we live in a society full of instant gratification, McDonaldization. For those sociological junkies like me, you know what I'm talking about. And it leaves us often in a vicious cycle, running similar to a hamster running on a wheel, fast, and not going anywhere quickly. Okay, this is because we are trying to skip our middle chapter. All right, and y'all, I do have my notes so I can be a bit professional. They're kind of all over the place today because I just got this idea and was like, oh, I gotta hop on here and share this information with my peeps. So anyway, would you read a book? Okay, and I'm talking about a novel. I'm not talking about a textbook. I'm talking about a novel that you really want to read purely for enjoyment. Would you read just the first and the last chapter? Probably not, especially if you are a book lover. You are interested in reading the entire thing, and in fact, the most exciting part of the book oftentimes is in the middle, okay? Would you watch a movie that you're really interested in and just watch the first and the last scene? Probably not. That just doesn't make good sense. If it's a movie that you really want to see, for instance, I really want to see the new Beauty and the Beast, I would rather not watch it at all if all I got to see was the first and the last scene. That's just no fun at all. Yet in life, when it comes to things that we really want, we are all too focused on the end result, and we don't focus on the process. And when that occurs, we oftentimes do not get the end result that we desire because your attention is not focused where it needs to be. All right. So what I would like to say to everyone is we must learn to embrace the middle chapter. You know, your life is your book is your life, okay? Your movie is your life, so you must learn to embrace all parts of it, okay? One of my favorite movies is, and I'm sure some of you have seen it. If not, I highly recommend it. It's called A League of Their Own, and there's a lot of great actors and actresses in that film. It's really well written. The director was amazing. I'm blanking on her name. It's Penny something. But anyway, great movie, just amazing. And it came out, I think, around circa maybe 1992. Anyway, and I was a little kid, just in case if you were wondering. Anyway, one of the best lines in the movie came from Tom Hanks' character. Tom Hanks played the coach of the Rockford Peaches, and he was talking to his star player, okay? So this was not somebody who was an underachiever or who was lazy or who was just always unmotivated. This was the star player, not only of his team, but of the league. And for those that have seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. She was a bad sister. Anyway, okay. She wanted to quit the league, and she said to him, in her explanation as to why she wanted to quit, she said, it's because it just got too hard. And y'all, I had to go back and write down the exact quote just to make sure that I got it correctly, because I'm telling you, it will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up and the hair on your arms to stand up. It's that powerful. So Tom Hanks looks at her, and her role, or her character, was played by Geena Davis, who know the actress Geena Davis. And he said, it's supposed to be hard. Okay? If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great. He is talking about the middle chapter, y'all. He is talking about the middle of any great film. All right? That's exactly what he was talking about. And so folks are always trying to skip their middle chapters. And what is going to happen as a result when you consistently try to skip the middle chapters on things that are important to you is you're going to find yourself towards the end of your life or later on in life full of regret. And I don't mean to get dark, but y'all, I used to work at a retirement community for about a year. And so there were folks there that were anywhere from like age, I think, 55 to 104. And so there were a whole lot of 80 and 90-year-olds that were filled with pure joy. It was just so amazing to be around them. I loved going to work and chatting with them. They were a bunch of fun. But on the flip side, okay, because there's always polarity, right? On the flip side, there were a bunch of 90-year-olds and 80-year-olds who were full of regret. Full of regret. Who no doubt were busy skipping the middle chapters of their lives and found themselves not feeling or not reaching and living out their dreams, okay? And y'all, let me just say this. It's a lot harder to live out your dreams when you're 90 versus when you're 20 or 30 or 40 or 50. Real talk. Not saying that it can't be done, but it's just a lot harder to do so at that age, okay? All right. So back on track, because I can just go off on a tangent because this really got me excited. I was kind of inspired. Okay. Let me just share with you, because I'm talking kind of like in metaphors, it seems. Let me share with you just a couple of ways that people try to skip their middle chapters. And these were the two that I really noticed. I've been noticing frequently lately. Now, there are many others out there, and you may want to share some of those with me. But here are two specific chapters, middle chapters that people try to skip all the time. The first one is with weight loss and wellness. You've got to put in the work. You've got to put in the work if you want to lose weight and you want to have optimal health. You've got to. And y'all, your health is your wealth. And so it needs to be your number one priority, because if you don't have good health, you can't go out and acquire money and finance and wealth and so forth. So your health is your wealth, and if it's not your number one priority, then what I would like for you to do is to go back and watch a video that I did last week on how to clean the mental clutter out of your mind. Because if your health is not your number one priority, that's a reflection of you having mental blocks and mental barriers, because we've got to put ourselves first, and we've got to take our health seriously. Okay, so if you find that that's not a priority for you, go back and watch that other video, because I give some really action oriented and practical steps, because I am about, you know, practicality, like how can we do this. So I give some actual how-tos in that video, so go back and watch it. I think it's called Spring Clean Your Mental Clutter. Okay, so go back and watch it. If your health is not your number one priority, go back and watch that, and that way you'll begin to be able to remove those mental blocks, so that you can take action. Okay. All right, number two, I see people trying to skip that middle chapter, is in business. Now, this could be various aspects of business. It could be that you just started with a company and you've been there for like, I don't know, 2 weeks, and you think that you should be CEO. It could be that you just started, I don't know, and this is not necessarily business, but like, let's say you just started college and you're like, oh, I already need my degree. But specifically what I've been seeing is the skipping of middle chapters with entrepreneurship. It's very sexy right now to be an entrepreneur, whereas back in the day, you know, people used to think entrepreneurs were losers, which that's crazy. But anyway, and so everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but not everybody wants to do the work. Okay, so entrepreneurs work a lot more than folks that work 9 to 5s. So if you know that you're not interested in working, you really don't need to be an entrepreneur. And if you're, you know, just putting in like hobbyist hours, you're not going to be successful. So a lot of entrepreneurs are saying, hey, I'm an entrepreneur and I want to be a millionaire or a billionaire, but they're only willing to work like, I don't know, 20 minutes a day. You got to put in the work. And so again, trying to skip that middle chapter in the building of your enterprise and your empire is not going to get you where you want to be. Okay? So, and another thing that I do want to point out, those were like the top two that I've noticed lately that kind of got me pumped up, y'all. And I know there are others. Feel free to share with me some other instances that you have witnessed. But another, like a common occurrence that happens with both of those scenarios, and this could be a whole other topic for a live video. Let me know if you want me to do a video on this, because I'm happy to. But I've noticed that a lot of people that are trying to skip their middle chapters, especially with like weight loss and wellness and with business and entrepreneurship, they are trapped in the comparison game. Okay? The comparison game is no bueno. Comparison is the thief of joy. I know you've heard that cliche phrase like all the time. It's on a million different memes. But more specifically, comparing yourself with people that you are jealous or envious of is the thief of joy. Okay? I do believe that success leaves clues. So if there are people that you look up to that you may consider to be more along the lines of mentors, what are best practices, this, that, and the other, that is okay. But when you are comparing yourself, and more specifically, you're comparing your middle chapter with their last chapter, that's a problem. Like, that's a big problem, and that's going to add to, you know, your mental blocks. So if I can talk, I honestly recommend, if you struggle with this, especially for those that are, you know, kind of social media savvy, and if you're watching this, you probably are, I recommend going and unfollowing folks that you are kind of obsessively comparing yourself to. Like, if you don't have enough willpower to not go like stalk their page and stuff like that, unfollow them. Stop. You are not being productive by going and comparing yourself and comparing your middle chapter to their last chapter. So go and unfollow them. Stop the madness, y'all. Okay. About to get off here before I go on a tangent. Okay. And because I have things to do. Today's call of action is to simply sit for a moment in quiet reflection and be honest with yourself. Are you trying to skip a middle chapter? Is there an area in your life where you are literally in that middle chapter, okay, and this has nothing to do with age. Is there an area in your life where you're in that middle chapter, yet you are constantly trying to skip over it to the last, okay? Be honest with it. And so once you have this awareness, you can then shift your mindset to embrace the middle chapter. Embrace it. Embrace the process, embrace the journey. So that's my call to action. Embrace the journey and embrace that middle chapter. After all, usually the most fun and excitement come in that middle chapter. Okay? All right, I hope this has added some value to your day. Feel free to share the video, and subscribe so that you know when I'm live, y'all. All right, have a great weekend. I'm going to get off here and hit these streets.